A lot has happened in the world and the Twin Cities in the past 10 years. But a new study shows a major driver of our economy has remained pretty constant. Just as many Fortune 500 companies are calling us home as they did a decade ago, and the vast majority of people they employ still don't want to be anywhere else. But the man behind the study says there are also notable changes that have him concerned. Before anyone moves to Minnesota, they're often asked one simple question.
Why would you move to Minnesota?
Miles Shaver knows from experience.
I'm not a native Minnesotan.
The Associate Dean of Faculty and Research at the U of M's Carlson School of Management says it's no secret good jobs at big companies bring many here. So for his 2015 book, Headquarters Economy, he conducted surveys to learn how the Twin Cities beat the odds to become home to the most Fortune 500 companies per capita.
What's really unique about this economy is the way that especially talent, highly educated, and they also high earning people move in and out of this region. Looks different than every other major region in the country. In other words, it's hard to get people to move to Minnesota, but once they get here, they stay.
Then did the question become what makes it so sticky?
That's really quality of life factors. And these were important things like it's a good place to raise children, we have a stable economy, we have the outdoors, there's good health care. That's what people really seem to care about. And what really made it sticky is the things that people cared about, they also thought that we did really well compared to other places they could live.
A decade later, despite the pandemic, civil unrest, and major changes to office work, Shaver says a new survey is finding strikingly similar responses.
We asked this question, is there some place you would rather live? And only 25% of the people say there's some other place they'd want to live. That looks almost identical to what it was 10 years ago.
Does that surprise you?
It was surprising because there's been so much change. I think it was an open question.
The results show quality of life is still the driving factor. 75% or more of respondents still say the Twin Cities does very well or extremely well on everything from outdoor activities and healthcare to raising children and quality public schools. But if you look a little deeper,
the things that we have done especially well in the past and that people care about, we don't seem to be doing quite as well now.
Comparing the numbers to 2015, you can see we've lost ground on some of those big ones, including schools, cost of living, and the local economy.
People's perceptions are we're not doing quite as well as we were 10 years ago. And I consider this something that we should be happy that people still want to stay here. But these are some early warning signs that there might be things that we want to focus on and take a look at the region if we really care about this dynamic of the economy and then also what it means just for our, civic society in general.
Now, this study also found another interesting emerging reason why employees aren't in a rush to leave. More and more of them have spouses who work in a career here. A full 80% of married people surveyed say they have a dual career household. That's an 11% jump from 2015. That also stands out nationally, but it's part of a much larger shift happening within American families right now.